was nationally recognized and endorsed by Action for Children's Television for achievements in children's programming.
Won't you gather round, sit down on the ground, swaying to and fro, come on. Happy, don't you know, I'm smiling, you smiling, happy together, singing a song with you. Let me hear you now. Over here. Over here. Are you smiling? Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you all. And thanks for coming to Cappelli and Company. My name is Frank Cappelli, and I have a question for you. You know what the name of the planet that we live on? You know the name of the planet we live on? Earth. The Earth. You're right. Now there's something yellow. Go like this. Something yellow way up in the sky that keeps us warm and helps things grow.
The sun.
The sun. You know the sun is a star? This is a star. Would you hold that star so we all could see? Now, we're going to see a song about the sun, and it's called Sunshine Down on Me, and you're going to see some kids go like this. Let's all go sun, and go like this. Shine down on me.
Brandon, Julie.
Like this. This is the sun.
Chorus up here. Say ribbit.
Ribbit.
Looking at the sky, watch the clouds go drifting by. Sunshine down on me. It'll rise in the east and it sets in the west. But when it's shining on me, I think it's the best. It's a yellow star. It beams its light so very far. Sunshine down on me. In the sky each day, its home is in the Milky Way. Sunshine down on me. The planets all around her, satellites we are. Oh, to travel to her would be rather far. Now every living thing would not have a song to sing. Sunshine down on me. It'll rise in the east and it sets in the west. When it's shining on me, I think it's the best. The rain falls all around. The sun will dry it off the ground. Sunshine down on me. When you're at the beach, for a suntan you will reach. Sunshine down on me. Sunshine down on me.
All right, everybody, curtain call. Line up, line up.
I have another question for you. What comes after 2? What?
3.
3. Very good. What comes after 1? Yes. What? 2? This is a song about counting. I've got one nose on my face. Put your finger on your nose. I've got one nose on my face. At home, put your finger on your nose. I've got one and you've got one now. Let's all count to 1. Are you ready? All together.
1.
All together.
1.
I've got... What came after 1 again? two. What did you say? 2. Now I've got 2 eyes in my head. Put your finger on your eyes. I've got 2 eyes in my head. Well, I've got 2 and you've got 2 now. Everybody, let's count to 2.
1, 2.
Very good. Now I've got, excuse me, what comes after 2?
3.
Thanks. Now I've got 3 wheels on my tricycle. Yes, I've got 3 wheels on my tricycle. Well, I've got 3 and you've got 3. Now let's all count to 3.
1, 2, 3.
Good. Now what comes after 3?
4.
You've counted before, haven't you? Well, I've got 4 legs on a cow. What's a cow say? I've got 4 legs on my cow. What's a cow say? I've got 4 and you've got 4. Now everybody, let's count to 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. What comes after 4 out there?
5.
Did you hear that? They said 5. All right. Now I've got 5 fingers on my hand. Let me see your fingers. I've got 5. Get them up. Fingers on my hand. Get them way up in the air. Well, I've got 5 and you've got 5. Let's all count to 5. Ready? 1, 2.
3, 4, 5.
You do have 5 fingers on your hand. Let's see. Now I've got 6 strings on my guitar. Yes, I've got 6. Let's count them. Strings on my guitar. You ready? Well, I've got 6 and you've got 6. Last time, everybody. Count to 6. 1,
2, 3, 4,
4,
5,
6. Give yourselves a nice hand. Good job at counting. Very nicely done. I'm glad you're back. We have a very, very special guest. Her name is Karen Howard, and Karen is a storyteller. Now, Karen doesn't read stories, she brings them to life. And here she is. Karen Howard, thanks for coming to Cappelli and Company.
Frank.
Let's give her a hand.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thanks for coming.
Well, thank you.
Now, you say you bring something to life. What do you mean by that?
Well, you make it real.
Oh, you do?
You make it really happen.
And where did storytelling, where did that come from?
Well, storytelling has been around for a very long time.
It has?
That's right. Longer than your grandmother, longer than my great-grandmother, longer than your great-great-great-grandfather.
Yeah?
That's right.
Yeah?
Before the time of even writing, storytelling has been around.
Is that, I guess, then a grandmother would tell her daughter, and then her daughter, they would pass it down?
Exactly.
What kind of stories would they tell?
Oh, they tell stories about all kinds of things. The children today probably tell stories every day. They go home and tell what happens in school. They tell what happens at overnights. Stories are around us all the time.
That's my kids do that. They
Yeah,
do that a lot.
yeah.
They'll tell us a story.
right.
Where did you learn to tell stories?
Well, you know what? I went to Africa last summer.
You did?
I sure did. I was in Nigeria. And you know that the Africans still tell stories?
They do?
They do.
Is that where you got this?
Exactly.
This is very,
Oh,
very pretty.
thank you. I'll tell the boys and girls a little bit about this. This is kente stole, and it's from the country called Ghana. And the story behind this is that it's worn by people who are royal, kings and queens, and they wear them to weddings and funerals and very special occasions like today.
Thanks, Karen. Well, Karen, do you have a question for Karen?
My dad, mama, and we all went to a wedding.
Yes, and
Yes.
seeing you could
You
have
got all
worn my
dressed up.
kente stole.
Now,
And
what about these beads?
Oh.
These, I like these. I think they're very pretty.
These beads are very, very old. They're made out of primitive glass, and they're over 250 years old.
Wow.
Do you boys and girls know that that's older than the Statue of Liberty and older than the United States of America?
That's right, yes.
That's right.
Well, would you like to hear Karen tell us a story?
Yes.
Karen, I'm going to leave these kids to you and let you tell your story.
Well, I would love it.
All right, get ready.
Okay.
You at home.
All
Listen.
right. And boys and girls, you remember to help me tell this story. This story happens in a village in Africa a long, long, long time ago. Longer than we could ever remember. And the story is why the sky, where is the sky? Way, way far away. Well, let me tell you, it wasn't always like that. There was a time long, 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 long ago when the sky was right in our reach. Even the smallest child could reach up and touch the sky. Even the tallest adult could reach up and touch the sky. And you know what? People didn't have to worry about where they would eat. And they got hungry. You know what they did? They simply reached up and took food from the sky. When they wanted to dress and look pretty like we look today, they reached up and they clothed themselves from the sky. And when they wanted to have a good time, like you like to have, well, they just reached up and took the good times from the sky. And this went on and on and on. And you know what? I'm told that the people in this village, they began to get careless. I'm told that they would reach up and take the sky and eat, greedy, eat, very greedy, eat, very, very greedy. And what they couldn't eat, you know what they did with it? What do you think they did with it? What do you think? They just threw it on the ground. Now, that would have been a nice thing to do, to give it back to the sky. But they didn't. They just threw it down. And one day, I'm told that the sky got very angry at these people because they just threw them away on the ground. And one day I was told that as the people were eating and throwing the sky away, that there was this loud roar of thunder. And I'm told that there was lightning that clapped. And I'm told that the wind whirled. And the people fell to the ground and covered their faces. And the sky said in a loud voice, "If you ever waste me again, I will go far, far away, and you can never, ever reach me again." Well, the people were petrified. This had been their source of food and clothing and good pleasure, and they did not want the sky to go away because the sky is their friend. So I'm told that every child knew, every adult knew that whenever they ate, whenever they clothed themselves, or whenever they wanted to have a good time, they were not to waste the sky. But you know what happened? A stranger came to town. He started walking around, and he saw the people eating. He saw the people clothing themselves, and he saw the people having a good time. So he reached out. Chomp, 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 chomp. "Oh, this is good for my tummy," he said. This tastes so good." And he ate more, and he ate more, and then his tummy started to pain him, and he had a little piece still in his hand. But he didn't know the rules of the village. He didn't know that he wasn't supposed to throw it away. And he let that morsel of sky drop from his hand, and it hit the ground. And when it hit, they tell me that the thunder roared. And they tell me that the lightning clapped. And they tell me that the wind whirled, and the people fell to their knees and covered their faces and said, "Oh, no, no, no." And the sky said, "I told you if you ever wasted me again, I would go far, 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 far." And when they stood up, the sky was gone. Someone looked, and there he was, way, way up high. And you know what people have to do now when they want to eat? And when they have to clothe themselves, and when they want to have a good time? They have to work. They have to get a job and work. to have these things now. Now you know the African story of why the sky is where it is.
Thank you. Karen, that was a great story. Thank you very much for coming. And we'll be right back after this message. Yep. I'm fishing all right. I got a fish. Look. Whoa. Ooh. You know where I caught this? I caught this down by the river. That's where we're going to go. We're going to see some fish and some ducks and stuff, so watch this.
Down by the river, running oh so casually. Down by the river, running gently to the sea. Down by the river, running oh so happily. Down by the river, running gently to the sea. Well, you will see a frog or two passing time away, leaping, croaking, swimming too, all the living day. A pole in hand, a fish you'll wish, the trusted fisher's tool. Foolish fella, don't you know, fishes swim in schools. Down by the river, running oh so casually. Down by the river, running gently to the sea. Down by the river, running oh so happily. Down by the river, running gently to the sea. Oh, the river fed by small streams. Oh, the river keeping things green. Lollygagging, rootin' through, depending on the turn. I love to hear that peaceful sound as the water churns. Now it's a place to feed the birds laying in the trees. Shoo the flies, ducks swim by, they do what they please. Sitting under a big tree, I give the squirrels a wink. If I sit so quietly, I'll see who comes to drink. Down by the river, running oh so casually. Down by the river, running gently to the sea. Down by the river, running oh so happily. Down by the river, running gently to the sea. Oh, the river fed by small streams. Oh, the river keeping things green. Oh, the river fed by small streams. Oh, the river keeping things green.
What do you have there? Ooh, that is scatty. You know what this is? This is a stegosaurus. You know, dinosaurs don't live on the earth anymore. But, have you ever been to the museum? You ever see the bones of a dinosaur at the museum? Well, those bones were under the ground for years and years and years. In fact, they're called fossils. Well, we're going to take a visit to a woman who knows all about dinosaurs and their bones. And she's going to tell us how the bones are put together. You know, I wonder if she sings, the toe bone's connected to the ankle bone and the ankle bone's connected to the...
Dinosaurs are extinct. They have been extinct for 65 million years. So that means that no people ever saw any dinosaurs. Everything that we know about dinosaurs comes from the study of their bones. How did those big dinosaur skeletons get into the museum? Do you think they walked in here? It wasn't that easy. Paleontologists, who are people who study extinct forms of life, had to find those dinosaurs. First of all, you have to go and find the right rocks. Once we find bones exposed in this rock, we will start to dig around them. In order to get the bones out, you can't take all the rock. So you make a block of rock, cut down around the edges, and paleontologists make a plaster cast. When you bring it back into the museum, we have to cut off this plaster jacket and start working the rock off the bone until we expose the bone. When it is decided in the museum to take the bones out of the rock, the man who prepares the fossils starts to work with a variety of tools. Museums have many more bones than they can display, and these bones will be kept in a big bone room. The dinosaur bones that are going to be put on display will usually be assembled into a lifelike position. We want to make them available for visitors to see.
Cappelli and Company will return after these messages. That's it for today. But we learned about dinosaurs and we heard a wonderful story on how the sky got to where it is. But before we go, I have one more song for you and me. Now, if you need a friend to help you, you've got me. And if I need a smiling face, then I've got you. It feels good inside when we decide to share our company, you and